What's going on, everyone? It's Mike, it's John back again. And before we start today, obviously there's some horrendous news that has come out of Southport, Liverpool, where young children appear to have been attacked in a dance school studio class. So just for the record, me and John, obviously, we send our well wishes, we send our love, we send our support to everyone that's involved, the families, the children themselves. And we obviously hope and it appears that the person that has caused this has been caught. And obviously, I hope justice is served, albeit I don't think, personally, that anything in this country is powerful enough to make justice served in that particular case, because I think it's horrendous. It's evil. So I just wanted to put that out there. John, you might be able to, or you might want to add a little bit, but horrible news.
Yeah, I mean, me and you both have got young kids, Michael, and and they got dropped off by their parents today to go and have a Lady Gaga day by all accounts in a yoga school. I think they were aged 6 to 12. Correct me if I'm wrong. And when grown-ups come across that, it's bad enough. When it's kids, and that's all I want to say. And I don't want to speak about it. It's tough.
Fair enough. Yeah, so we send our love and support, obviously. Right, let's move on to Everton. Obviously, John, we have not seen you on the channel in almost, I think, 3 weeks, and you've battled COVID, you've battled scary flying, you've battled a 2-week holiday, and you're here now, back in front of your wardrobe to talk about Everton against Coventry and some of the new signings and some of your takes from recent performances against clubs like Salford and Sligo Rovers. So, without being too negative, John, I'm going to pass over to you, my friend.
Yeah, listen, I watched Sligo Rovers while I was away in Spain, that game, and then I watched the game the other day when I was home. And listen, I know it's pre-season, I know it's all about fitness, but whether it's a Premier League game, whether it's a cup game, whether it's a friendly, I want to see Everton win games, and I want to see performances more. And I know the other day, I think Salford had played 5 games before, and we played 2 before we played them. So they're Premier League footballers, Michael, and I know Dyche killed them twice last week. But when you look at the team that we had, and the first 11 was okay. All right, we've got a couple of players out missing, injured, still away from the international, obviously the tournament that they were involved in. But then you look at the rest of the squad and the changes he made, and it's scary, And I was speaking to you today, and we need to get a move on with signings. I know we've brought some signings in, and it's very good that Everton have done this early, because normally we're dragging our feet with signings. And, I think we had a medical and an announcement done with Lindstrom within 2 or 3 days, which is good for Everton. But we need to be ready. And I see people saying, it's only friendly, it's only about fitness. But players need to get sharp. Give you an example. Again, our friend Dominic Calvert-Lewin against Salford. He wants 120,000, 140, 40,000 pound a week, but he's missing chances against Salford, 7 yards out. Now, I'm not being funny. How cheeky is he to be asking for that sort of
what's got on there? Is that John? Is that me? Yeah, he does indeed want 120 to 140 grand a week. John's internet is there playing up. He hasn't paid the electricity bill. It's fantastic.
Am I back now?
You appear to be, yeah.
Your voice is behind now, though.
Oh, maybe it was my internet then.
Oh, yeah, you're speaking and your voice is coming. It's like a supersonic jet. You see the plane, the noise comes 5 minutes later.
Brilliant. Just do talking, John.
Yeah, so, when you've got players like that who have got the cheek to ask for that amount of money for a new contract, and you're missing chances, Dominic Calvert-Lewin before, one-on-ones, and he's got time to think about it. He struggles. Now, we can't afford to go into this game, the game tomorrow, into this season coming up with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Beto, and Neil Maupay, because we're going to struggle for goals again. So that's my take on it. It looks very rusty to me. We're nowhere near ready for the season. But yeah, we've only got 3 pre-season games left. Michael's froze. So we need to kick on. We need to kick on in these pre-season games now. It's a step up tomorrow against Coventry. We've played Sligo, we've played Salford. It's a step up tomorrow now with Coventry. We need to start showing more fitness, taking our chances, creating more chances, and getting ourselves fitter.
Yeah, I think you're spot on, and I think
you're not moving, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's me or you, but we're going with it. All right, we're going with it. Yeah. So I agree, and I said that in my match reaction. I said that this football team needs to start showing that they are a Premier League football team, even in pre-season, which they haven't done as of yet. The defending, I think, has been woeful. I think we've actually looked more like a Championship team, lower Division League One team, than we have a Premier League team. Certain players have done very little to impress me, but again, they get the benefit of the doubt because it's pre-season in my eyes. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know, but that they do. But Coventry and Preston are steps up, and they're steps up where, as I said before, I'm starting to think that we're going to start seeing the makings of our first team, because it's not really long now before we face Brighton. It's what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks on Saturday, is it? It's not a long time. This Everton team have got to start looking like a Premier League team, and I am encouraged. I am excited. I think the signings we've made are great. I think 5 signings, 3 players under the age of 25, and 2 loan signings, one of which we already know about in Jack Harrison, and one of which is a bit of an unknown quantity, but a highly rated at times unknown quantity. I'm quite excited, and on top of that, signing players like this defender O'Brien and players like Ndai, and it's a different plan to what we've had before. They're younger, they're more hungry, they've got a point to prove. And I personally feel that clearly change is needed in certain positions. I do think one of those is up front. I do think one of those is right back. But they seem to be the 2 areas that don't seem to be getting the transfer talk. We've been rumoured for a left back in Rodriguez. Is it Rodriguez? There's something like that.
Rodriguez, isn't it?
Yeah. And I just think we need a striker because on Saturday, for example, I watched that game and I was really disappointed that Lewin didn't do more against the Salford side. Lewin's come back and he's actually looked sharp, but the chances he's missed in pre-season has been scary. Decore doesn't look really at the races at all. And again, as I say, they get the benefit of the doubt, but I do think Coventry is a big game to start showing that we are a Premier League team. And I am expecting Everton to go there tomorrow and win, because we need to start winning. You made a comment earlier, John, about how wins create confidence. And that doesn't matter whether you're playing Doncaster Rovers, Sligo, Stoke, or Scott men's team, Division 3, North Counties League. You need to go and win games of football. And I think we do need to win on Tuesday. Johnny, who are you most excited to see out of all the signings? Because I haven't really spoken to you properly since we've made all these signings.
Well, I was quite excited about Ndai, but we've only really seen him in flashes against Sligo Rovers. He didn't play the other day, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do once he's fit and up to match speed and integrated within the team. From all accounts, this Lindstrom looks exciting. Winger, runs at players, he works hard, and I watched the interview with him, and he basically said what he can offer Everton, which was he's direct, but he also likes to tackle back. He'll take players on. He's good with the ball at his feet. He can put balls into the box. That's what excites me. Players like that excite me. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. And Dyche said a little piece today that if he can integrate him around the team today, he might get minutes tomorrow. So I'm excited to see him. Jake O'Brien, I will be honest, there's a lot of Everton fans who are excited about him. I'm going to hold my hands up. I don't know much about him, but from what I've heard, he's 6'5", he's athletic, he'll bring the ball out. Bit like Jarrett Brantwaite by all accounts. So, I mean, for me, if he turns out 3/4 of the player that Jarrett Brantwaite has, that will excite me all day as well. You mentioned the left back and the right back that we're not being linked with. I get why we're not being linked with right backs. I know Seamus Coleman's not going to play every week. I know Young's not going to play every week. For me, Patterson struggles in the Premier League, but we've got 3 there.
Yeah.
If Mikalenko gets injured, we've really only got Ashley Young who can play there as well. So we'll sort of see the links for a left back. I think we do need a right back, but I don't think it's the main position at the minute. And we were speaking today on the phone, Michael, about the centre forwards as well. Even if Calvert-Lewin stays, I still think we need to bring a striker in, because Beto, for me, is not a Premier League footballer. And I hope he's watching this, because he come out with a comment and says when he hears the negativity towards him, it gives him that boost and that kick up the arse to do well. So please be watching this, Beto, because at the minute, mate, you're shit. So please watch and put performances in, right? Neil Maupay, I'd rather play Maupay than Beto. They are. That's how. So do you hear that, Beto? I'd rather play Neil Maupay than you. So if that's not a kick up the arse that you need, mate, I'm sorry, it never will be. But yeah, for me, we need a striker, whether Calvert-Lewin stays or goes, at least one. The attacking players we're bringing in looks really good. And going back to what you mentioned before about we've looked shaky at the back, bear in mind we haven't had Tarkowski and we haven't had Jarrett Brantwaite, and we've got Jake O'Brien coming in with them too as well. So I think the back line will be sorted, and we all know Sean Dyche will always sort the defence out. So I have no worries about the back line. No worries about the goalkeeper. It's going forward, and I know we've got the players who create chances, and I know we've got the players with pace now. Jack Harrison, Jesper Lindstrom's come in, but we need someone to finish these chances that these players are going to create, and that's what worries me, the amount of goals we will actually score.
You are there tomorrow, so am I, in slightly different surroundings, obviously, but less said about that, the better. What do you think the score's going to be?
2-1 Everton.
Yeah, agreed. I think Everton have to win tomorrow. I think it has to be a strong team. Tarkowski, I think, will play. Just out of interest, because Michael Keane and Mason Holgate have attracted some interest, apparently. Who would you rather lose?
Holgate.
Yeah, I agree.
Holgate all day, Holgate. Yeah, actually, Michael Keane done all right in the friendly that he played the other day. He was all right, Listen, it's against Salford, no disrespect. It was against Sligo Rangers, no disrespect. It's a different kettle of fish when you're playing against the likes of Erling Haaland, and players like that. But Holgate, mate, wherever he wants to go, even if it's out to Azerbaijan, I will give him a lift.
Oh, brilliant. Right. I've got nothing else to add, John, really. There's no news on the takeover, it appears to be, apart from ACAP have formally took over Vasco da Gama, I think they're called, which were owned fully by 777. But essentially, they've just taken over that. That does mean, in my mind, that they may take over the loan that 777 provided Everton Football Club, and it does mean that someone like Dan Friedkin would have people that they can negotiate with, which apparently was the hold-up, but we don't know that for sure. So there's no point, I'm not raving about it, I'm not jumping up and down about it, but I do possibly believe there might be a chance that this stalemate might get broken. And if that's the case, I think it's good news, because I think we all prefer Dan. I think we'd like Dan Friedkin to take over, and hopefully the future's bright.
Yeah, I mean, we need the takeover sorted sooner rather than later. We were hoping we were going to go into the season. Well, not the season, possibly the last week of the transfer window, and it was all sorted, you know, to get a couple of new faces in. But whoever comes in now, if it's not the Friedkin group, have got to start all this due diligence again, which drags on and on and on. Then they'll have to sort the ACAP stuff out. So I don't think there's a takeover happening anytime soon, unfortunately.
But we'll leave you to it, John. Enjoy yourself, keep smiling,
I will see you.
I might see you tomorrow, hopefully. We'll see.
Yeah. Cheers, folks.
See you later.